Hey, good morning, everybody. It is day 2 here in Elgin, Illinois, where we're putting some work in at First United Methodist Church. And what we're going to do is, based off of talking with Pastor Felicia, I'm going to go over to Target or Best Buy, whichever is the closest place, and pick up a TV. They ordered another 100-foot fiber HDMI cable, so we're going to have that be kind of like a front monitor right there on the front row for them to see what's going on, and it's also going to give them the flexibility of moving back and forth and everything like that. So what we're going to do after we showed everything, we're going to go ahead and screw in all of the mounts and secure those to those positions that we tentatively had set up for everybody to see what's going on. Got my laptop with me, the extra cables and everything like that, and we're going to configure so that we can control both of the cameras. My intent is to have a detailed review of the controller, because a bunch of y'all asked me when I posted pictures on the group on Facebook and on YouTube what controller I'm using. Again, the link is down below. I have a link of all the stuff that we used in this install, but it is the Famaco IT controller, and it came in a bundle with 2 PTZs, so I'm actually going to be using that on 2 more installs. So I might even do a more detailed one if y'all need to, because I actually need to order the other one. That is going to be for another United Methodist Church in Maryland. That's where this other setup is going to be. That's going to be, I think, probably install number 3 or 4 for this year. So I've been procrastinating because, man, this cold hit like no other. So finally got cleaned up, got to go brush my teeth, then head to the store, which is down from here, then head to the church, and we'll go from there. I just picked up a 43-inch screen 4K TV that's going to be from a confidence monitor for Pastor Alicia in the front. She also ordered, same day, another 100-foot fiber cable that will feed from upstairs to power that. Also, the stationary cameras that they have right now, we're going to reposition one of them up here so it can get the back stained glass windows. So we're going to probably put it up here, but we need another long run. So she's going to order a 150-foot fiber cable. I need to terminate the Ethernets downstairs so that way we can get internet up here. And they've actually already mounted the cameras already, so I don't need to do that part. They're thinking about repositioning the wires under the balcony. So we will handle that. Yeah, we'll handle that. I got my laptop, so we're going to hook up everything. Show them presenter. And again, the training is mainly going to be tomorrow, but we want to get everything from an installation standpoint done. And like I said, this is a very beautiful church, so I'm gonna maybe do a tour. And sorry, yesterday my camera was out of focus, so I fixed that, but I got everything set up, and we're going to redo everything later today. So let me get this TV set up, terminate some cables, and then we go from there. So we got this temporarily set up right now. Have a cable dangling over here, and we got the front view. Very, very nice. Now, this is connected just like the projector is up here to show the exact same thing. If this was going to be different, this TV would be connected to the computer output so that it would show something completely different. And since we're coming out from the main output from the ATEM, we easily could just say, just like the output locked to the computer output or whatever like that. So not really an issue. Now that I got this cable, I have some extra. So I'm going to fish the cable up under all the pews, and then we'll be able to come up here. All right, so I have the Canon G50 set up. Kind of use some of the Velcro straps to secure the cable, but the mindset is not necessarily to use this camera while it's plugged in, but to charge this, and then that way it could be battery operated, and the only thing that's going to be connected to it right now would be the fiber cable. Now there is an option. This would be a great opportunity to use one of the Hollyland wireless ones, and then it can be hooked up to one of the shoes and then just connect it and then broadcast it wirelessly. We don't have that, but that might be a good option. But now that I got this, I got the wires terminated for the internet down there. I'm gonna take my bag upstairs, and then we're gonna program the camera so we can talk to both of them, get the network set up, and get all of the networking and everything with the ATEM and all that other good stuff set up. So let's go upstairs. All right, folks, I'm gonna do a more detailed version of this when I get back home, but this is the Famaco specific IP-based controller. Now, the main difference between this is we have a rocker that can do zoom in and out. You can do the twisting that still does the same thing, but I like this because you have a quick access to the buttons. So instead of going through a menu and doing, search and looking for them this way, or doing inquire to go to the camera that's been set, it can actually work a lot faster to do this. So since I got the network set up here, let's go through, and we need to change this to the DHCP because it's still on the factory setting. So we're going to go to setup, device, let's come down, we're going to change this to DHCP. Yes, we want to confirm, and then we're going to get an update on the IP address, and we should be able to see the other cameras because the cameras should be set up to DHCP. If they're not, we got to remote into them and set those. Alrighty, so we got everything configured. There's the Canon G20 with all the way down there. We have that 200-foot fiber cable going to it, so that's cool. I have my laptop hooked up to it tentatively right now just to run some software. But now we have an IP address on the camera. Now we just got to work our way through and set up each camera to get an IP address. All right, so what we need to do is connect to the camera. So how you do that, especially if they've already been mounted and you don't want to do that, they're still on their factories. So we need to come over here and edit our IP. Everything is connected to that same switch. We just need to come in here and set our IP address to be on the same thing as that factory setting. So that would be 152.168.5, and then you can pick whatever IP address you want. So I'll just pick 25 because I think the camera is at 163. Subnet mask is normally 255.255.255.0. Gateway doesn't matter, but we'll just do 192.168.5.1, and that should be it. And it says it can't save, please check. What am I missing? Oh, DNS. Let's do the same thing. 192.168.5.5.1. Save. Alright, so now if we open up a browser, go to 192.168.5.163. Now I have to be mindful because both of these are in factory default mode. So I don't know which one of these I'm connected to, which does not matter. Let's go to English. Admin is the default username and password. And it's the side one. So that is fine. So that's the one that we're getting ready to adjust. Let's go over here to our configuration. Go to our network ports, Ethernet, and we're going to set this to DHCP. Now you could always come in here and specifically set it to an IP address if you really wanted to. That is your choice. I might come back and do that, but let's just set this here right now, and it's not going to take effect until we reboot. So let's reboot and press the left mouse button, not the right. Alright, and we're going to know because we're going to see the IP address show up in the upper left hand corner if we did everything right. And once we do that, it is now going to be on the church's network, and then I can refresh this page and I should connect to the other one that's still in factory mode. As you can see, boom, we got an IP address, so this camera is good. We just got to refresh and do the same thing. Alright, so we relocated one of the wireless adapters that was going to the projector, and now that is feeding to the TV here. It's about a half a second behind, but not a big issue. So like right now, we are on the wireless, as you can see. So if I, well, 1, 2, well, let's do this, 1. Smacking me. Alright, so that's what here. Now let's switch it over to the direct connection. Let's do the same thing. Alright. So again, not that big of a deal. It's a little bit behind, but again, if this was text, it doesn't really matter. It's just trying to sync up the audio with what you're seeing. If we were going purely wireless, it would be a half a second behind, but again, not a deal breaker. All right, folks, so we are about, I'd probably say 97% done, and that's mainly just to determine how we're going to put the cables for the rolling tripod instead of them running over right here, deciding between the cable that's feeding the front TV, or we're going to go with the wireless. I mean, that's mainly it from an install standpoint. So let's give you a full tour of what we've done so far, being mindful of those 2 items that I just mentioned. All right, so we see here is our first side PTZ. It is a 30X, so we got a lot of distance to cover with this one, but this one's mounted mainly to catch these beautiful stained glass windows here. The existing, well, I'll wait till I get upstairs for that. We have our front confidence monitor right now that is connected to our Ori 1x8 4K splitter. So this is going to show everything that's coming from the ATEM, but it is very simple to connect this to the laptop directly, so it will be nothing but text, or change the ATEM to show the output so that all of the projectors and televisions are only going to show what's coming from Presenter by Worship Extreme, which is what they're going to be using. That's why we have a fiber cable that's dangled across there for right now, as well as the existing wireless HDMI that they were using for the projectors that is not needed since we run a cable directly to the projectors. All right, we have our Canon G50 4K camcorder that is connected over a 200-foot spool of HDMI, fiber optic HDMI cable on a nearer, however you pronounce it, dolly tripod, which we've used a couple of these before. All right, mainly from at Spring Creek Baptist Church, and then I have a variation of this as well in my home studio for the Blackmagic Studio Camera 4K Plus. All right, this is one of the things that we're going to decide where this cable is going to go, but honestly, since we have the spool, we might hook up something and rig something up so that it easily can be wound up and unwound from the rolling tripod. The main thing is going to be the placement, so it's not dangling here. Might want to try and put a jack or something on this side or out of the window or something. I don't know. That's one of the last couple of things that we need to address. All right, this is their sound room, where we have 2 Ethernet connections coming from their hub here that's going upstairs. So that part, we have redundancy for our internet going up, so that's fine. This is their audio room where they also go to their radio stations, and everything is handled in here. So we have the existing connection that they were using is going upstairs, and that's where we're pulling sound from. We did a test, we did a live stream, ran the live stream for maybe 15 minutes without a single issue, which is great. Yeah, I need to get some soundproofing as well. But anyway, we got everything here. We are thinking about maybe dropping down one of those extra HDMI cables here and put like maybe a small monitor, or maybe even on this wall here, so they can see the output as well. And maybe thinking about a Raspberry Pi setup so that they can have kind of like a small kind of voice over IP system, so they can talk between upstairs and downstairs. All right. Ooh, there's a piano. Didn't see that. Let's go upstairs. And I'm only going to show you one projector because they're set up exactly the same way. All right. So if we come over here, we have a 100-foot fiber HDMI cable right there. That is going directly into the BenQ projector, which is exactly how it is over there. So this is not being used. Yeah, not a big deal. Let's work our way back. That screen is connected to everything as well too, but the remote, I can't switch the input. But once we switch the input, that will show the same thing that the projectors and everything like that are showing. And I think I didn't even point out this back camera. This is the main back PTZ that's going to give us control to see everything here. That's a 30X. I can zoom in all the way on the Bible up there and see that. Let's test it out and see. Got Frank and Dwayne over here messing around with presenter in the setup. But over here, there's the Ori splitter that has everything going out. We have at least 3 more outputs, that we can run to. 8-port PoE switch that's being fed up from the internet we showed downstairs. We're gonna put this UPS in place as well. So here's our multi-view, the ATEM, that's my laptop, but then there's the controller for the cameras that's IP based, and Dwayne set up the laptop for presenter, and I had mine set up just as a test to show how everything goes through to it. So we look over here real quick just to show you just how much of a zoom we can get on this. Let's switch over to our front camera, and camera number 1. Let's see how far we can zoom in here. So not very legible, but I mean we're all the way up there from here. So, and then they have some lights especially that's going to help. Like right now we got daylight coming in here, but a very, very nice shot. We set up a couple of presets, some basics, and a lot of the stuff we're going to be going over tomorrow, which is going to be our official training. Okay. Like I said, I wasn't going to walk over here, but that's the other projector set up the exact same way. All right, so really excited about how everything is coming together. Sound worked fine. The stream worked fine. Now it's just going to be us helping them develop the workflow that works for this ministry. That's what it's all about. We can do so much stuff with the gear, but it doesn't matter. This is going to be catered to the unique message that comes from this house. So think the goal that they were saying is they want to have their regular service is an hour, but the online service is going to be around like 30 minutes that goes with a host. There's going to be a random family that changes every Sunday that might be in the entrance, and that's what the rolling cart will help with that, because we can funnel that over, use the mic on the camera to pick them up for right now. Might go into direct mics, something like the Hollyland. I actually have it in my bag. I didn't take it out, but that has the 2 receivers, could be wireless, and hook that up to the phone. I mean, not the phone, to the camcorder, and then on the ATEM, pull the audio from that at that given moment, and then when it transitions into the sanctuary, pull from the house. Yeah, so it's mainly just going over the dynamics of how put a workflow together that's going to work for them. That's what the main focus of the training is going to be. Once we develop that, then I'm going to show the basics of using the controller, using the cameras, the ATEM, the connecting presenter, and everything like that. And then directing as well to any follow-up videos that I've already made on a lot of this stuff, but the training is going to be catered to fulfill the workflow that they have in place. So let me get up out of here, because then I got to go to call Pastor Felicia, work on their stuff, and then we're going to crash for the day and see if I can catch up with everybody, all the subscribers here in the area, catch up with them maybe Friday, something like that. So yeah, link is down below to everything that we used here. I think I might add a couple of things, because we did, I'm going to link the wireless HDMIs that they're using, and I'll put some alternatives as well too if y'all are interested in that. But let me know if y'all have any other questions. I'm here until Sunday, so I'll try and get back to the hotel, post this so y'all can see it tomorrow. So please leave any questions, any comments down below, and when we do the live stream, I will put a link as well too, so y'all can check that out as well. So thanks for watching, folks. If you like this type of content, appreciate a like, consider subscribing, hit that bell, that way you get notified when we come out with other videos to help modernize your media ministry, and we will be back tomorrow. So later, folks.